Hey ladies, welcome back to Mamas at Home. So today's video is going to be a little different as I am clearly sitting in my car. I'm in the Target parking lot. Haven't even went in yet, but there's been something on my mind for a little while now that I've kind of just been processing by myself, and I thought to myself, I created this channel for a reason. I'm going to talk to the girls. So here I am. Because somebody else might be going through this, and I have a habit of keeping everything to myself when some of the things that I go through and the things that I think about might be of assistance to someone else. So this video is for women who, whether you realize it or not, may struggle to cultivate intimate relationships with other women, friendship, sisterhood, who struggle with being vulnerable and trusting with other women for could be a multitude of reasons, but more often than not it's due to a lack of trust. And it's something that I have come to the realization of as of very recently, that this is something that I struggle with. And so I wanted to talk about it. I noticed that I keep a wall up around myself, all the way around, from pretty much everybody. I don't let anybody within a certain level of closeness, because that starts to be uncomfortable for me. And I realize as a result of that, I am suffering because of it. And I think, if I'm being honest, this wall, when I sit and I think about why are we this way, why do we have this wall up, what it really boils down to is avoiding pain, avoiding betrayal. If I let people in past a certain point, they could hurt me, like I've been hurt in the past. And depending on your experience could be adulthood. I think mine starts in childhood. Seeing women be so vengeful and hateful to one another, certain women, of course, and experiencing those things through childhood, and being mistreated by women even close to me, even family, or even coming up in friends. And once you've been hurt so many times into a certain magnitude, you build up defenses.
Okay, so I'm back. Let me just tell you, there's a lot going on right now. So first, my phone has never, ever, ever overheated before. It's never overheated before. But all of a sudden, now that I want to make this particular video, now my phone is overheating and it keeps cutting my camera off. So then I say, okay, I'm going to just let it cool off, go in the store, come back. I come back, and then I lose the piece to my microphone. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. I feel like something's trying to keep me from recording this video, and that's why I'm going to push through for y'all, because this video is getting done today. But anyways, like I was saying, after you've gone through so much, you begin to build up certain defenses to where I can have, let me say this, I have no problem allowing, women, my sisters, to come to me when they're going through something or they need to vent or anything of the sort. I always make myself available to other women when they need me. But I notice that when it comes time for me to be vulnerable, or for me to tear the walls down and to really reveal the depth of the things that I go through, the things that I think about, the deep parts of who I am, I don't allow that to be shown to anyone. And I mean anyone. I can't think of one person who I show that to. And I notice that I then in turn suffer in silence a lot of the times, because I am not allowing myself to experience true friendship, true intimacy between women. And I think that is really important. We see all through the scripture the importance of good friends, and how important it is to prove good friends. And one of my takeaways realizing this, that you are doing yourself a disservice not allowing yourself to experience true friendship and true sisterhood. I don't believe that any of us was meant to go through this life alone. And I think that we all need friends. But if you find yourself being one of those people, well, I don't have friends because I don't mess with women like that, or because, women are harder to get along with. And some of these things are things that I've said. And in certain ways, there are truth to them. But one thing I've learned is nothing worth having in this life is easy. And just like an intimate relationship with a man, friendship and intimate relationships with women takes work, it takes learning, it takes disagreements, it takes trials. You're going to go through things. You're going to go through things to grow through things. But if you're not allowing yourself to experience that because of fear, you're doing yourself a disservice. And one thing I have come to realize here in this last year or so is that I have allowed fear to stop my growth in literally every area of my life. I allowed fear to keep me from starting this channel for about 2 years now. But in the last couple months, I have been in the season of facing my fears. I am doing things that I don't do, that I would never do because of, well, what will people think of me, or it could go bad, or I could fail, or it could hurt. I'm a runner. I run from pain. I run from discomfort. I run from anything that is difficult. And I'm seeing how that has negatively affected myself, my relationships, my friendships, and my life, allowing the spirit of fear to infiltrate my life the way that it has. Sorry, y'all. I didn't know if that was a alarm, a trumpet. I didn't know what was going on. I was about to say, wait a second. I have to get with y'all in the kingdom. But anyways, yeah, this is something that I am coming to realize. Take some time and reflect within yourself to figure out why you will not allow yourself to be loved and cared for by genuine women. Or why you won't even allow yourself to believe that women can be genuine, or that you can have real friendship, or that you don't have to watch every woman around you with one eye closed. Now, granted, hold on, because I am not telling you to do anything in ignorance. We know there are bad people in the world, period. There are people who cannot be trusted. There are people who will betray you. That has always been the case, and it's pretty much always going to be the case. But that is why scripture tells us to prove people. You are to prove a friend. You are to take your time and get to know people to figure out whether or not they can be trusted. But if you're not even allowing yourself the time, space, and opportunity to get to know someone, and you're just shutting it off at the door, you'll always be alone, and you'll always be unhappy, or you'll always appear standoffish, or you allow yourself to be read certain ways because of the fears that you have of a friendship. Some of us don't know what it looks like. Some of us have never experienced it for ourselves. But I hold to believe that there are good and genuine people out there. So for me, in a way, I'm contradicting myself to say, well, I know there are genuine people out there, but at the same time, be like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all. Like, there's good people out there, and I feel like I'm a good person. I feel like I'm kind. Granted, I do have my flaws, but I feel like I am able to be a good friend to other people, but I'm not allowing other people to be a friend to me. And that's not fair. That's not fair to me. It's not fair for the people around me. And we're back. I had to relocate again because my phone decided that it wanted to overheat. So I said all that to say this. Heal what you need to heal, and forgive who you need to forgive. I don't know if you've heard this before, but I've heard it a lot. Typically, we allow the people who have hurt us or change our perception of people, place, and things, and allow them to change our behaviors. Meanwhile, these people have moved on. These people got lives. The women who have hurt you, they got friends, or whatever they calling them these days. I mean, barely, but they got friends. I mean, look at you. Look at me. Look at us. How much longer do we allow our past and our experiences to negatively affect the lives that we could be living and the experiences that we could be having? How much longer do we allow people to have that kind of effect on us? How much longer do we continue to give that kind of power to other people? So if this did resonate with you, I hope that you are able to take some time to self-reflect and maybe kind of get to the root of where some of your distrust with women comes from. and how you may be able to start making certain strides in a different direction. I've been thinking on different solutions for myself because these aren't overnight fixes. These pains, these things that we have been through have been deeply embedded within us and into our subconscious. And without even realizing it, it tends to dictate a lot of our actions. So these changes may not happen overnight. For me, it's reaching out to women more often, reaching out to the women who I know personally and begin actually sowing seeds of friendship and taking the time out to open up myself, which is something that's, this is not going to be an overnight fix, but it's something that I want for myself because I want to live a full life. I want to live a full life. I want to live a whole life, not one that's been trodden down by fear and insecurities, etc. But I don't want to ramble too long. I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk about that briefly, just in case it's something that somebody else is struggling with. At some point, you have to let go. Don't just hand your trust to anybody. That takes time to build, but be willing to build that trust um, with other women. Now, trust in a relationship, a female male relationship, whole different conversation, whole different video. That could be a series. But we don't talk about that today. We are talking about sisterhood and relationships with women. And that's something that I want for myself, and that's something that I want for all of us to be able to experience and have a safe space within your sisters to be able to go through when you're going through something. Because life, y'all, life been life, and life is hard. We be out here fighting for our lives some days. It feels like and I don't feel like we should have to go through that alone. Naturally, of course, the first place you run to should be the Most High, but you should also be able to go to your sister. So nice quick conversation. I look forward to speaking to you ladies in the future. I got a whole lot I want to talk about outside of juicing and recipes and homeschooling and homemaking. We got some things we need to discuss. We're going to save that for another day. I hope in some way this was helpful. But yeah, I will see you ladies next time. Bye.